I don't know about you, but I was really disappointed in The Flash Season 3, Episode 9, mid-season finale. The Season 3 mid-season finale, which was Episode 9, I am so disappointed in it. It really disappointed me. There were some cool things in this episode. Don't get me, don't misunderstand what I'm trying to tell you here, but the end result was disappointing, which is unfortunate. The season started out with a bad episode and it ended with a bad episode. I mean, again, there were some cool highlights, but it just wasn't good. There was so much in this that made it not good. So let's start out with this review. So Barry in this, episode, he's going through a lot of different things with Savitar and with Dr. Alchemy and things like that. We've known that for the whole, season so far. All of this is really crazy going on right now in his life. And we understand that he's been dating Iris. It's the holiday season, so things are kind of up to kind of like this point with Barry where he needs to calm down. That's what the whole episode was about, is telling him, enjoy the moment that you have right now. Stop worrying about time and the future and all that. So it's really difficult for Barry right now. I also like that when he goes to Earth 2 and he also Earth 3, and sees what Jay's up to. Mark Hamill cameos as the Trickster, although he looks way more like the Joker, if you ask me. But he was the Trickster on Earth 3. I actually like him as Earth 3 Trickster a lot more, just because he's a lot more colorful and eccentric. So I thought that was really interesting. But, Barry needs Jay's help to take down Savitar after, using Julian to, find out that Dr. Alchemy is Savitar, technically kind of speaking. I thought that was also really interesting after they grilled Julian and ended up locking him up in Star Labs. So Jay and Barry are, there with Savitar, and I like how, the battle wasn't perfect, because, the CGI in this episode was really bad, especially the part where Jay gets flung around by Savitar. That was so bad. But I like how, they have to sacrifice their budget for some other episodes, like the Dominators crossover. Hello. I like that because it's not always going to be perfect, and I think that the Flash realizes that. So I guess we shouldn't get our hopes up all the time for best CGI ever, which is a good thing, because that's not what the show is going to give us all the time. So I thought that was pretty cool, I guess, knowing that it wasn't going to be the best thing ever, but it was still pretty good. But Savitar, really interesting villain. I want to know more about him, really. I think that it's really going to be interesting to see where they take him, because this episode really showed us how villainous he is. I'm not convinced he's the worst villain we've had yet, because we haven't had a lot of time with him. I mean, sure, he has threats about the future, like, oh, this person's going to betray you, this person's going to do this to you, this person, like those are threats, but we've gotten those before. Threats are just threats, so I want to see more action, and we got that with this. So in the future, Barry travels there, and in the future he sees that Iris is murdered by Savitar. No one's been able to murder Iris yet, except for Savitar apparently now. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see where that goes to. Again, killing Iris, that's a huge thing, but I'm still not convinced that he's the worst villain we've had yet. Worst as in best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not the he's not the most villainous. I'm not convinced just yet, but I'm still waiting for that moment. Even though he killed Iris, I mean, that's not really the set future yet, like Jay said. Barry ends up getting him and Iris, a apartment together. That was really cool. I thought that was a touching moment. But that was the end of the episode. And I was like, because they didn't, leave off with any huge, teaser. I mean, the whole future thing with Iris getting murdered was cool and all, but that wasn't, Iris isn't that big of a deal right now in this season. I feel like this season, she's not even that big of a deal. I don't know. Something about it, she hasn't clicked this season for me. But I don't know. And Tom Felton, I thought that he was really great in this episode. I like how Julian comes around at the end of the episode and ends up having Christmas with Team Flash. And Cecile is a part of that now, too. Well, not a part of Team Flash, but a part of the family aspect of it. Julian ends up coming back. I feel like Julian is getting shipped with Caitlin. I don't know if anybody else does. That's been around Instagram a lot since the mid-season finale. And I feel like that's the same way. I feel like she's getting shipped with Julian. I don't know if I like it, but we'll see. Tom Felton has a lot of explaining to do after Deathly Hallows with what was going on there. Because I think originally Hermione was supposed to end up with Draco. So he's got some explaining to do of whether or not he's going to be a good boyfriend or not to Caitlin. We'll see. I also like that Cisco had this huge arc with what's his brother's name again? I don't even remember his brother's name. But I like how he had that arc too. We're not even going to talk about that though, because that was kind of dumb. Wally in this episode, he is Kid Flash. He's got the costume now. They are telling him he's going to be out there in the field, which is leading up to probably Jesse Quick returning too and having like this whole speedster thing with like all 4 speedsters, Jay included. So we'll see. I feel like that's coming. I feel like that's why they're rushing it. They're not really rushing his story as Wally, like as Kid Flash, but you know, they're not taking their time with it either. It's kind of in the middle. But I feel like Dr. Alchemy, the Julian storyline, won't go away just yet. I feel like there's going to be struggles with Julian in the future of, you know, being Dr. Alchemy. I feel like that's another reason that they should ship him and Caitlin, is because Caitlin has trouble with her Killer Frost abilities. Maybe Julian will have trouble with his Dr. Alchemy abilities. So, I don't know, I'd like to see that. I also like how Caitlin in the episode used her powers to create snow, like a snowfall for Christmas. That was pretty legit. I like that quite a bit. I don't know, like, how her powers work, though. Is it just snowing at, like, their house? Or is the whole city, like, is it snowing everywhere? That was kind of confusing. I didn't really see if that worked. What if her powers could make, like, the whole world snow? That would be pretty weird. Yeah. But what did you guys think of the episode? I don't know. I didn't like it because there wasn't a big teaser, you know? We could have gotten a Killer Frost teaser, like a Vibe teaser, like another Savitar teaser. We just got Barry and Iris. That was it. It really wasn't that big of a deal. Again, something for Iris just is not clicking with me this season. And I don't know what it is, but it better be solved by the time the season comes back, everybody. So yeah, I don't know. Again, there was highlights of this episode. I do admit it. There was highlights of this episode quite a bit. But it just didn't work. It was a bad episode. And I hope the episode 10, the start of the next part of the season in January, is better. But what did you guys think about it? Comment down below. Everybody's got their own opinion, right? Links up there to my other Flash videos, and links in there to my Twitter, Instagram, Vine, vlog channel, and gaming channel. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.